of focusing. I am not afraid. I don't care what I'll look like. I'll look crazy if I fulfill my destiny. Late nights, early mornings, sometimes friends, no family. I don't know what your sacrifice.
You know what's funny? Everyone says they want success. They dream about it, talk about it, post about it, and even make vision boards with fancy pictures of cars, houses, and dream vacations. But here's the truth no one really tells you. Success is not glamorous. In fact, it's often ugly, lonely, and brutally uncomfortable. Sounds harsh, right? But stay with me. Because once you really understand this, you'll see why so many people never make it, and why the ones who do often don't look like the motivational quotes you see online.
You are afraid to change. You are afraid to move, break through. I need you to tell you, I am not afraid. I am not afraid of pursuing my objectives.
L'assure, the lie we've been sold. We've all been sold this dream. Success means freedom, happiness, money, and peace of mind. The Instagram version of success looks like luxury watches, business class flights, and beach selfies with captions like, "Living my best life."
If you only have 24 hours in a day, success is dependent upon how you use the 24. You gotta hear me. People talk about Oprah Winfrey, Ted, Warren Buffett. Listen to me. I don't care how much money you make.
But the truth. Most people chasing success never see that side. What they don't show you are the late nights when you're working while everyone else is out. The mornings where you wake up questioning if it's even worth it. The sacrifices you make that sometimes feel like you're giving away pieces of your life. The world makes success look like the reward comes first, the car, the applause, the followers, and then you get to relax. But in reality, the work is endless, the sacrifice is daily, and the rewards often take years before they even show up.
Down your 24-hour schedule for me. You let me get it. I can tell you where you're going to be in 5 years. I can tell you where you're going to be in 10 years. I can tell you where you're going to be in 20 years if you keep that schedule.
The reason why you're so frustrated.
Why success feels lonely. Let me tell you something most people don't admit. Success is lonely. Not because people hate you, but because they don't understand you anymore. Imagine this. You're trying to wake up early, work on your side hustle, build better habits, and cut out distractions. Suddenly, your friends don't call you as much because you're always busy. Your family doesn't really get why you can't just relax for a while. And the people around you start treating you like you've changed, when in reality, you're just trying to grow. That's the unspoken cost of success.
I get 24 hours and I blew up literally. I went from a high school dropout to 6,000 books in less than 6 months.
The distance it creates between you and the people who aren't chasing it. You start walking a road fewer people are willing to take, and the higher you climb, the smaller your circle becomes. The pain of discipline. Here's another truth. Success isn't built on motivation. It's built on discipline. Motivation is easy. You can watch a YouTube video, read a quote.
Happened my 24 hours. I was like, okay, Eric, you got to get a grip on your 24 hours because you're about to be broke for the rest of your life. And that's all I need you to do for me. I can tell you all about your life if you just write.
Or listen to a hype playlist and feel ready to conquer the world for a moment. It's a spark, a quick rush of energy that gets you moving, but it doesn't last. Motivation comes and goes like the weather. One day it's sunny and you feel unstoppable, and the next it's gone, leaving you searching for another reason to keep going.
Okay, maybe stop breaking promises to yourself. When you say, I'm going to wake up tomorrow at 7 a.m., and when the option comes, snooze button, don't do it.
But discipline? That's different. Discipline is the grind. It's doing the work when you don't feel like it, when you're tired, when excuses feel louder than your goals. It's choosing to keep pushing even when the excitement is gone. Discipline isn't about the feeling. It's about the choice you make over and over again. Think about it.
Second for 18 hours a day, you're gonna have a tough time making me feel bad that it's not happening for you because
it's now or never time.
What would have had to have happened in a week?
Anyone can hit the gym on January 1st when the energy is high and everyone around them is motivated by New Year's resolutions. But can they still show up on February 20th when it's cold, raining, and they're sore, tired, and no one is cheering them on? That's the real test. That's the battlefield where discipline shows its face. Success hides in those moments, the quiet, unglamorous, and uncomfortable ones. The truth is, the people we admire, the entrepreneurs, the athletes, the creators,
You gotta sacrifice. When you wanna sleep, you have to wake up. When you wanna watch that movie, if you want the future, you gotta sacrifice your time.
That's it. Listen to me. That's it. You get 24. I don't care if you broke, you grew up broke. I don't care if you grew up rich. I don't care if you're in college, you're not in college.
aren't special because they're always motivated. They're not waking up every single day feeling inspired and unstoppable. What makes them stand out is their ability to show up regardless of how they feel. They learned the art of consistency, even when it sucked. They kept building, kept practicing, kept pushing, and over time, that discipline turned into results that motivation alone could never achieve. 3. The sacrifices no one talks about. Let's be real. Success comes with sacrifices that you might not like hearing about.
We all get wake-up calls. We get wake-up calls in our relationship. We get wake-up in our finances. And they're getting wake-up calls on a bunch of things.
Time. You're going to lose a lot of it to learning, failing, and trying again. While others are watching Netflix, you're working. Comfort. You won't always get enough sleep. You'll be stressed. You'll eat cheap meals just to save money for something bigger. Relationships. Not every friendship or relationship will survive your growth. Some people will drift away. Some will resent you. Peace. You'll worry, overthink, and carry pressure on your shoulders. Success doesn't remove stress. It usually adds more. And here's the kicker.
You only get 24 hours in a day. And between Oprah and the person that's broke is Oprah uses her 24 hours wisely.
Most people aren't willing to pay that price. They want the results but not the sacrifices. They want to look successful, but they don't want to endure the process. Success isn't instant gratification. One of the hardest truths is that success takes time. We live in a world where everything is instant. You want food? Order it. You want entertainment?
And angry and bitter is because you're functioning on an old software internally. It's what's gonna get you in the door. Sacrifice is what's gonna have you seated at the table.
Stream it. You want attention? Post something online. But success? That's a slow burn. It's showing up day after day, stacking little wins that no one claps for. It's doing work now that won't pay off for months, maybe even years. The problem is most people quit before they even give themselves a chance. They plant the seed but never stick around long enough to see it grow. And then they say, it didn't work. But really, they just didn't stay long enough. The mental battles. Here's a part of success that people really don't talk about. The mental war. You'll doubt yourself more times than you can count. You'll feel like an imposter, like maybe you're not good enough or smart enough.
Where we spend our time is what we value most. Boss up and admit that you are afraid. You are afraid to fulfill destiny. You are afraid to manifest. You are afraid to evolve.
You'll compare yourself to others who seem way ahead. And sometimes you'll even think about quitting, because failure feels easier than carrying the weight of expectation. But that's exactly why so few people make it. Success isn't just about skill or luck. It's about mastering your mind. You have to learn how to fight back against your own doubts, silence the inner critic, and keep moving even when your brain screams, stop.
You just may have to give everything you have.
If you're gonna come to me and tell me you don't have time, in a world where I work every
Structure why it's still worth it. Now, you might be thinking, if success is this painful, this lonely, this exhausting, why even chase it? Because despite all of that, success also gives you something nothing else can. The proof that you're capable. The pride of knowing you built something from nothing. The freedom of creating your own path. The impact of inspiring others to rise too. Yes, it's hard. Yes, it costs more than people admit. But the alternative, staying comfortable, never pushing yourself, living with regret, is even harder. At the end of the day, you have to choose your heart. And if you're going to suffer either way, why not suffer for something that actually builds you? Charters, what you can do. Today,
The only time we can transform, and I
Don't miss the opportunity of this moment because the days are going to be long, but the months.
You have an opportunity.
so what's the takeaway? How do you start living this truth without getting overwhelmed? 1. Stop looking for shortcuts. There aren't any. Stop wasting time on quick hacks and start embracing the long game. 2. Build discipline over motivation. Create habits that stick even when you're tired or uninspired. 3. Get comfortable being uncomfortable. Growth only happens outside your comfort zone. 4. Protect your circle. Surround yourself with people who get it, or at least support it. 5. Focus on progress, not perfection. Success is about getting better, not getting everything right.
Second for 18 hours a day, you're gonna have a tough time making me feel bad that it's not happening for you because
It's now or never time.
What would have had to have happened in a week?
The story you'll tell. One day, you'll look back at the sleepless nights, the sacrifices, the doubts, and the failures, and you'll realize those weren't setbacks. They were the very bricks that built you. It won't be the trophies, the money, or the applause that you remember most. It'll be the nights you cried silently but still woke up the next morning ready to fight again. It'll be the mornings when giving up seemed easier, but you chose to take one more step forward anyway. Because here's the truth. Success isn't about what you get. It's about who you become in the process. The hidden truth no one wants to say out loud is that success is less about the destination and more about the transformation. The version of you who started this journey won't be the same one who finishes it.
And angry and bitter is because you're functioning on an old software internally. It's what's gonna get you in the door. Sacrifice is what's gonna have you seated at the table.
You'll be stronger, sharper, and far more resilient. And when that day finally comes, when you can see the results, you won't just be proud of what you have. You'll be proud of who you are. But let's be real for a second. This road is not pretty. It's not glamorous. It's not the Instagram success story you see online. It's messy, it's painful, it's filled with sleepless nights, second guessing, and moments that make you question everything. That's the price no one likes to talk about. The price of sacrifice. The price of discipline. The price of patience when everyone else is moving faster. Still, if you're willing to endure the process, if you're willing to pay that price, success will give you something no shortcut ever can. Real, lasting fulfillment. So the next time you feel like quitting, remember this. You're not just building results. You're building yourself. You're shaping a story that you'll tell one day not just to others, but to yourself. A story that will remind you of just how strong you really are. Because at the end of the day, success isn't just what you achieve. It's what you survive. You know what's funny? Everyone says they want success, but very few are willing to wrestle with what it really costs. And that's why your story will matter, because it won't be about the easy path. It'll be about the hard one you conquered. So if this hit you, don't just scroll away. Stick around. Subscribe, share, or save this. Because we're only just scratching the surface of what it really takes to win.